Did you know that American Indians were once the tallest people in the world? And it's the reason why so many black American basketball players are so tall today.
This is far from the truth. The tallest NBA player was African. Central African to be exact, from Sudan, South Sudan. He's part of the Dinka tribe. Manute Bol. Okay, he was 7'7". And I heard he had a granddad was like 7'11". And there's a lot of African players, especially West African players as well, that were in the NBA that were extremely tall, that were giants of over 7 feet or 6'10", 6'11" them, okay? And they're purely black. You can't forget, no, not in my house. R.I.P. to Dikembe Mutombo. He's from the Congo. He was 7'2", taller than Shaq. And a player directly from West Africa, the guy on the right in his black and yellow combo, Taco Fall from Senegal, which has one of the tallest populations in the world, with an average height of 5'11" to 6'1" for men. The statement do have some facts, but not completely, okay? The Native Americans that lived in savanna or plains areas were taller on average, like between 5'8" and 5'10", but they did not reach 6 feet on average like certain ethnic groups in West and Central Africa, even South Africa. The Dinka tribe have a historic height of 6'1" to 6'3". They may be a little shorter now because of, the war that's been happening, things going on. But when they go to other countries, they get their nutrition, things that they need. They become easily over 6 feet. A lot of them walk around in, especially first world countries, about 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". Even in South Sudan, it is nothing to see a guy walking around between 6'7" and 6'9". That's Central Africa to be exact. But West Africa too. Nigeria has a lot of tall people. Senegal has a lot of tall people. Some West African countries are average height. But no, we got our height. Black Americans got their height from West Africans, not Native Americans. Jonas, for example, who is of Igbo and Yoruba descent, is 6'10". I think even 6'11" or 7 feet with shoes on. And after the Africans that gave us our height, we got to thank another group of people. A lot of Black Americans do not want to acknowledge them and their ancestry, but white people helped our height too, okay? A lot of Black Americans are at least 10% white, okay? At least. Most of us don't go past 17% white. But the whites we come from, the Northwestern European descent that are British people, are particularly above average in height, or at least have average height. And even the ones from German descent have decent height. And a lot of people say, oh, this comes because they're from a first world country. No, historically, if they looked at the bones of the people that lived in Northwestern Europe, they said the average height of the male years ago, century ago, was 5'8". So probably the pilgrims that came to America at that time were probably going through something. That's why their height wasn't as tall as the ones before them. But no, Native Americans in general, I mean, you got some real, tall ones. But generally, Europeans and people that are from African descent, particularly West African and Central African, are going to be taller. And most Black Americans in general, is very, very rare that they have more than 5% Native American ancestry. Most Black Americans only 3% Native American. And there's a large amount that's 0% Native American. So I doubt something that's 3% or lower in your DNA is going to contribute greatly to your height.